Hey, what's going on here? Todd from Amazon Storage Pros, and wanted to show you something really cool that we noticed the other day on Amazon Warehousing and Distribution when we were making a shipment. So, what you can now do, in the past, you could only send either boxes by UPS or pallets. And now there's actually an option here to do floor loading. So if you're not familiar what floor loading is, essentially instead of putting your products on pallets and then putting them in a container or a truck, you would just take the boxes and throw them on the floor in the container or the truck, which would allow you to fit more boxes in a container. So this would be especially beneficial if you're coming from overseas, but potentially even within the United States, if that's something you wanted to do to really pack a full container or a full truckload and send product in. So let's go ahead and go through this and see exactly how this is going to work. So I've already got a couple test products here that we're going to use. In my testing, this first one here, I could not get it to allow the floor loading to work. I cannot tell exactly why. It's expiration dated, but other expiration dated products I was able to get work, no problem. I'm guessing perhaps because it's in glass or some other issue with this product. I haven't been able to figure out exactly why, but if I do, I'll definitely let you guys know. But this one and all the other ones I tested worked just fine. So I'm just going to do 1,000 boxes of this product, which should get us close to a full truckload, I believe. So let's go ahead and go on through these steps here. And it's in the fourth step where we're going to see this option. So I'm just going to select the shipping date, and you can see here, new floor loaded methane included in step 4. So let's go ahead and just jump on through to there. All right, we're on step 3, so I'm going to continue to step 4 here. So on this page is where you're going to want to select it. All right, so I added the contact information already, and then it's got the shipment boxes, and then freight loading method is where you can select floor loaded. Same price, no difference there. In my testing, I haven't seen any price difference or anything like that. You're just not going to have to palletize your product and potentially be able to get a lot more in a full truckload, which is going to reduce your cost. Now, this may or may not be as feasible inside the United States because obviously labor costs are more expensive here. But coming from overseas, from China or India or something like that, typically your factory is not going to charge you more to do floor loaded versus palletized. So you may be able to save some good money coming from overseas and possibly from in the United States as well, I guess, because you're not having to palletize the products. But palletizing is a little more normal inside the United States, where floor loading is a little more normal when you're shipping from overseas. But either way, a great option to be able to ship potentially more products in. So you would just confirm this. And here's actually one bonus tip I'll throw in this video. Make sure you're selecting the correct freight class. And if you don't know the freight class for your products, I like to jump over to ChatGPT or Grok and give them all the details on my product and ask them what the best freight class would be. And because the lower the freight class, typically the cheaper the shipping is going to be. Like right now it's $523, and if I went down to a class 70 and confirm that, we should see a decrease in our cost here, but let's see what happens. So very little bit of a change there, not a lot. Sometimes it'll be a big change, sometimes it's not. This is a very short shipment, South Carolina to South Carolina. If this was a longer shipment across the country, you would see a bigger price change. But that's it. So now you can do the floor loaded, which is pretty cool. I just wanted to share that with you for anybody who might benefit from that tip. This is Todd Welch with Amazon Storage Pros. Head on over to our website, AmazonStoragePros.com, to get your free storage cost audit and find out where you're spending too much money in your Amazon business. We love to help Amazon businesses save money on logistics, shipping, inventory management, all of those boring things that usually don't get a lot of attention like PPC and optimizing your listings do. So AmazonStoragePros.com, get your audit, and be happy to talk with you guys. But until then, happy selling.